Need to save money at Christmas? Are you looking for ways to stay festive but make it easy on the wallet? Then you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to be sharing with you my tips that I follow to enjoy the Christmas period without spending a fortune. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Jonathan, and on this channel we're on a journey to financial freedom, talking all things money, entrepreneurship and personal finance. In this video I'm going to let you in on my Christmas secret savings and how I enjoy Christmas with very little compromise. And as you can see, I've worn a Christmas shirt for the occasion. So to be totally honest, I stole most of these tips from my partner, who does most of our Christmas shopping. But these tips save us loads year on year. There are so many things that people waste money on during Christmas and New Year. So there are loads of different ways to save and spend a little less, without having to compromise on a great festive period. From food to presents to decorations, booze, we're all guilty of overindulging. But these simple hacks can hopefully save you hundreds of pounds or dollars. So let's begin. My first tip is about food. Now, we all love to overindulge at Christmas. From mince pies to chocolate to a huge Christmas dinner. We spend hundreds every year on festive food. So my first tip, which if you've watched any other of my videos, you've probably heard me say this before, but it's to budget. And more importantly, stay on top of how much you're spending on Christmas food. Supermarkets love to tempt us with all kinds of Santa-shaped chocolate-covered treats, which are great, but they really add up. So make sure you budget for food over Christmas. Maybe just reduce the amount of treats that you buy over Christmas. Because so much food gets wasted over the Christmas period. We all buy things we don't need. But you can save a lot of money by just cutting back on all that extra food. Especially since Christmas foods are usually more expensive than other foods. For example, supermarkets like to dress up their products in like red and gold fancy packaging. And then they think they can just triple the price of it. So make sure you bear this in mind when you're shopping. Like a box of chocolates might cost like £4, or once it's in Christmas packaging, they'll easily bump it up to £10–15. So make sure you're not spending more on the food than it's really worth. Now my second point goes hand in hand with the first, and it's to not overdo it with alcohol. We all know that booze are pricey, and we all like to let go and have a few drinks at Christmas. But drinking can be really expensive. For some reason over Christmas, a lot of people feel compelled to buy in bottles and bottles of wine, beer and spirits that we wouldn't usually buy and we definitely don't need. And on top of that, we end up going out for meals where we buy even more expensive alcohol. So if you are going to be buying alcohol at Christmas, try and budget how much you want to spend over the period, so you can just keep control of it. And just make sure you're staying accountable for it because it can really quickly add up. You can bring down the cost by buying cheaper brands, drink single measures instead of doubles, or do what I personally do and drink a cup of tea instead. Much better than beer. Now we can all agree that a huge expense at Christmas is gifts. And I've got a few great ways at reducing your gifting costs and saving you money. The first way to save on presents is to stay organised. Now I know this sounds boring, but it really helps. Plan out who you need to buy for and an exact budget for each person. And it's actually really important to remember that when you budget an amount for a person, that it's not a target. So if you end up spending less on that person, then great. Now once you've done your budgeting, you have to shop smart. And there are loads of ways you can shop well on a budget. Where possible, we like to buy from charity shops first. And I would pretty much say this for everything you ever buy, not just at Christmas. And you can get some really good gifts in charity shops for a fraction of the price and you're helping out a charity. What have you got to lose? Another way of getting gifts on a budget is to save up any gift vouchers that you've been given for like birthdays or even last Christmas and use them to buy your Christmas presents. By doing this, you can get someone a lovely gift without spending anything. Now it might feel a bit rude to spend a voucher that someone got you on someone else. Now if you do feel like this, then you're probably not going to like my next point. But you can save a lot of money by doing this, and that's regifting. And I know you've all done it, so don't start shaming. And I know this can be frowned upon, but when it's done thoughtfully, I think it's fine. So regifting is basically when someone buys you a gift, you basically just rewrap that gift and give it to someone else. So for example, your uncle could have bought you a book, and maybe you've just got no interest in reading it. So instead of keeping it for yourself, you might think, oh, my friend might actually really like this book. So just use that as the Christmas present for them. They get a great gift at no expense to you. Now with this, you need to make sure you're being mindful of who you're regifting to, because this can go very wrong. So just make sure you're not going to give the gift back to the person who got it you. Make sure you remember who got you the gift. Or just make sure you're not giving it to someone who could find out. Like, don't be regifting a present that your mum got you to your brother who lives in the same house as your mum. Regifting definitely isn't always a bad thing. There's really no point in keeping a gift that you're never going to use, when it would make a great present for someone else and you can save some cash. Another great way to reduce your gift costs is to shop out of season. You can save yourself a fortune by shopping early. Make sure you hit the January sales and keep the presents for the next Christmas. Another great thing my partner does is she buys gifts in the summer. She'll always buy things like sweaters and scarves and hats in the summer, in like July and August, so they're out of season, so they're usually on sale. And it's actually crazy the amount of Christmas bits you can get on sale for such good prices. It also helps to split the cost over the year of the Christmas presents instead of buying everything in December. Another necessary expense at Christmas is decorations. Christmas decorations can be pretty pricey, which can be avoided by making your own. You can make your own wreaths, use pine cones for Christmas tree decorations, or if you're not very artsy, you could just buy them secondhand. And these are usually pretty cheap if you buy them in January and February time, and just put them away for Christmas. My last tip, but probably the most important one, is to not put too much pressure on yourself to make Christmas perfect. Like, don't compare your Christmas to people on Instagram. Social media is a total lie, and money and expensive things is not what's going to make you happy at Christmas. There are definitely more important things in life, and it's really sad to see people spending thousands and getting really stressed to try and make this day perfect, all for just one day. And that's all it really is. It's just one normal day. You really just don't need to put so much pressure on yourself to make everything perfect. It can all be done on a budget, and honestly, I usually feel so much better for doing it without spending so much money. So these are my tips for saving money at Christmas. If you want even more ways to save money, then make sure you check out this playlist, which is all about saving more money. And let me know if you've got any more saving tips I didn't mention in this video that you use at Christmas. Make sure you let me know in the comments. I really hope you found some value in this video and it helps you reach your financial goals. If you did find some value in this video, make sure you drop me a like down below. And if you want to join me on a journey to financial freedom and see more videos like this, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now.